All right, let's let that play for a little while. I really like that song, actually. So let's get
Yeah, me too. We'll turn it into a dance party.
yes.
Then you can really watch it on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldritch Show with Dawn Eldritch. And I must say, Josh, no offense to Josh Roche, who I'm still great friends with, Dawn is better looking, Josh. So don't take offense to that. But
Thank you.
better.
I don't have the beard either.
Who said
so.
much better?
I did.
Don did. So we have Jason Light with Envoy Mortgage, Joe with Drain Busters. We're going to get everybody's contact information for you. So if you have an issue with a drain or you need help, I would recommend Joe to anybody. I've used him for a long time. Don Doty, same thing. If you need an inspection or anything like that. First, though, Jason Light with Envoy Mortgage. We need to get a quick number from you.
Yeah, I don't want the FBI coming to get me, the DOC. My license is 17256.
Yes. And I was going to say, is it the Powerball number we're giving out, or what are we doing here, Jason? So one other thing, a few other cool topics that I want to share with everybody. And we talk about the sellers being in control right now, that it's a seller's market. So if you're sitting there and you're a seller, or you're thinking of selling, you're like, yeah, I can do whatever I want. Yeah. I can put whatever price I want on it, and it's not the case. I mean, it is a seller's market, but you have to be reasonable and still within line. You can test things a little bit, but you have to be in line.
Well, the house still has to appraise.
And it still has to appraise. We went on about that last week, how that can be a major bomb in the transaction. Surprise, if you will, but now we're starting to prep for that surprise.
Yeah.
But it's still not as a negative situation if the appraisal comes in low. But
And it is happening.
Happening a lot.
Yep.
So 10-year low inventory. So if you're a seller and you're thinking of selling, now is the best time since the crash. So we had the market go up all through the 2000s. Boom, crash, low. Now is the best time. We're almost back to pre-crash pricing. It says, what should you do if listing your home, or if your home is listed and it's still on the market? So there's some of you out there that are thinking, wow, everybody's selling. What? Multiple offers? Mine's not multiple offers. I've been on the market for 2 months. What is going on here? Here's some things you can do, because you still might have to do something. And again, what I said is WORK. Work will bring reward. It's amazing how it happens, but it happens all the time. Number one is stage your home. It might not be staged properly. Huge thing that it ties a buyer in emotionally to your home when they see it staged properly. Does your home look dated? And if it is looking dated or is dated, are you pricing it accordingly? Or are you pricing it like the remodeled home next door? So think about that. Renovation. Maybe you do have to go in and do a renovation. The cheapest renovation that I've ever seen, and it's a miracle renovation, you could say, or it's a miracle product. It's called paint. No one thinks of paint as a miracle product, but wow, it can be miraculous transformation between a house that is done right with it, and the stuff that it can make look good is amazing. That isn't good or may not be good, So, and then your MLS pictures. Dawn and I use professional photography. Make sure you have professional photography that is done in a way that puts your home in the best light, and that you take the time to go through and do that. Presentation matters. If you go into a store and it's all dumpy, are you going to pay a great price for the products? Probably not. If you go into a store and it's clean and brand new and fresh and everything, yes, then you're going to get a premium for it. And then consulting. Make sure you're working with agents to consult with for that, and also consulting on priorities or things that need to get done in the home. And that could go with like an inspector like Don to consult with on what you may need to do from a repair standpoint. Because what do buyers do? And I love you buyers. I love buyers. And we love buyers. But a repair left undone is typically overestimated or exaggerated by a buyer 2 to 3 times the real cost. So if something costs $1,000, the buyer's going to think it's $2,000 to $3,000, and then they're going to may offer accordingly on their offer for you. So anyway, staging your home, get it so it doesn't look dated, renovate it if you need a few things, get better pictures out there, and then actually reach out to a professional for consultation on consulting on repairs or items or anything that may need to be done in the home. So any other stuff to add, Dawn? Or anybody to that?
Well, go ahead, Don.
Well, one thing I was thinking of is we have so many inspectors in the Twin Cities, some licensed, some not, most aren't. Very few certified ones, as I am. Our job is not to tell a customer or our buyer, which is our customer. Our job is not to say, you should have the seller do this for you. That's the real estate agent's issue. When I do an inspection, I just list everything that I find that might be wrong. Typically in real estate, you want to ask for health and safety. You're not going to ask for an outlet that doesn't have a cover or some goofy stuff like that. That's not what this is all about. But a home inspector should not stick his nose in the real estate transaction, and most do, and that's a problem.
And there's different thresholds of comfort. Just like in a mortgage, there's different thresholds of comfort. Someone may be approved for $500, they only want to buy $300. There's different thresholds of comfort on a buyer, and if a crack in a foundation is little and it may not bother them, no big deal. Other people might be that, wow, that is so important to me, I cannot buy that house with that crack. Or radon, we talk about that, could be a threshold of tolerance. So there's all kinds of thresholds. So that's a great point, Don, is that the agent works with the consumer and the client, you, the buyer, on what is within your threshold of tolerance, or what you're willing to be okay with, or what you want to ask for and what you don't want to ask for. Inspections, again, shouldn't be like an appraisal where it comes in and blows up the deal, unless it truly is, hey, this house is sinking, this house is going down, and it's got 5 years left or something that's going to be underground or something like that. But
well, Jason, we as inspectors, we don't know what it is that they've already reduced the price. That's not our job. We're just supposed to be the messenger.
yeah.
And I talk to agents all the time. Oh, this inspector ruined this deal because of this, this, and this. And it's really not even in our guidelines. That's why you want to use a certified inspector.
Yep. What's a good number for you, Don? If anybody wants to reach out to Don Doty for a pre-inspection or an inspection of any sort from a buyer or seller standpoint?
As they have for the last 40 years, same phone number, 952 544-8141.
And Joe, if anybody has a clogged drain, it happens. Happened at my house when I lived in Richfield. Not fun, not exciting when Katie comes upstairs and says, Jason, I can't go into the laundry room. And I'm like, oh, great. So, Joe, what's a good number to reach you?
952-925-9583.
All of this will be on the Facebook page, so if you're driving, you can't write it down. It'll be on the Facebook page under Stockwell Eldridge Show, or you'll see it on YouTube, or hear it on YouTube, and on tcrealestatehour.com. Jason Light, if you need a mortgage, jumbo, renovation loan, anything like that.
Yeah, first of all, don't stop and write this down if you're driving, but it's 612-419-4517.
Awesome. And a couple of little fun facts for you. The changing interest of home buyers through the decades. Homes in the 1950s, as we know, had one bathroom. Some of them still do, and that's when renovators can come in and add more. The average square foot increased by 21% in 10 years from the 80s to the 90s, and now it's even increasing more. And we are back in the Twin Cities. We are back to a median sale price of
$221,000.
221,000. Okay, give you a little historical record. The pre-crash was 230. Correct?
Yep, when we had the housing bubble in
230.
2006. Yep.
So I don't want to say we're getting into a bubble because we're doing things correct this time, but we're almost passing our peak. Other parts of the country have. Minneapolis is there. It's still a good time to buy, in my opinion, with the rates where they're at, and it's still, of course, a great time, if not the best. It is the best time in the last 10 years to sell. So, I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
Don Eldridge, RE/MAX Results.
And this is the Stockwell Eldridge Show. Check us out online, and you can always call us at 651-400-0773. More shows upcoming, including self-directed IRAs and other fun topics. Have a great week, and remember, love yourself and love others.